Good morning, I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela and we are the Castros.
Good morning sa lahat ng mga ka-brunch. Yay! It's a
Bakit
Friday.
yay?
It's a Friday, of course, diba? And we get the next 2 days to rest and to recharge.
At, next 2 days.
And
kasi
also,
sa Monday, holiday, Idil Adha.
Yes, oo. But,
pero tuloy-tuloy yung news.
And we have food, oh.
Of course. Buddha's Belly, thank you so much sa inyong padala na ating pagkain
Isa-isahin
for
mo yung
today.
isa-isahin mo yung dishes, sige.
Of course, there's hakaw.
Ano pa?
There's hakaw.
Buchi.
Seafood rice. Fuyong. Ayan, fuyong.
Egg
Tapos,
fuyong.
Chinese kikiam. At saka curry beef. And buchi.
And fried dumpling.
Spinach siya na fried dumpling.
Okay. Well, since Friday, hindi ibig sabihin walang mga balita. Madami.
Of
Siksik
course.
tayo today. Because we're serving you news in a countdown.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch.
Kicking off our list with some sizzling volleyball action. Alas Pilipinas under-18 nabbed the bronze medal in a competition in Thailand after defeating Australia. After losing to Indonesia at the 22nd Princess Cup Women's Under-18 Southeast Asian Volleyball Championship, the girls repeated their victory versus Australia in a straight set. Team captain Harleen Cerneche, Denisi Dailisan, and Ashley Macalinao led the team, while Kimberly Rubin sealed their podium finish in the match's final moments. Alas Pilipinas Under-18 will compete next at the 15th Asian Women's Under-18 Volleyball Championship from June 16 to 23 in Thailand.
Bronze pa rin naman, di ba?
Podium.
Oo.
Under-18 podium finish.
Congratulations, and we look forward sa iba pang mga laban ng Alas Pilipinas. Okay, let's continue with our countdown. On our top 9, another Filipino pride, Pinoy cook lord Maynard Liera won the James Beard Award for Best Chef in California. Liera owns the famous Filipino restaurant Kuya Lord in Los Angeles. The Lucena, Quezon native started with a pop-up store before expanding eventually. His restaurant features southern Tagalog cuisines like pancit habhab and longanisa. The James Beard Award is dubbed as the Oscars of food.
When I woke up the following day, here you go. Ang dami nang bumabati, and then doon ko na-realize na, oh shoot, this is a really big deal, especially in California. I'm so proud of who I am and who I am now. And sabi ko, if I'm opening a Filipino restaurant, I need to make sure that I am representing our culture.
Yung James Beard Award, that's very hard to
Oo nga
attain
daw
because
pa-Oscar daw ito ng food section.
they have more, aside from yung actual judges na papadala mo ng food when isa-sample nila, you have the actual, what they call, parang yung mga ghost tasters. Na throughout the year, they will check you month in and month out. Kunyari, 12 months, you have 12 ghost tasters who will come to the restaurant. Iba-iba sila to check consistency. Kasi kung kunwari masarap na, sinabmit sa judge, masarap siya. Ngayon magpadala tayo ng ghost tasters. And then every month may pupunta iba-iba to see how consistently good yung food at pagkain niya. Kaya very very stringent yung process for this James Beard Award and for anyone to win it.
Kaya nga nagulat nga.
It's like earning a Michelin star.
Ang taray. So congratulations kay Chef Lord, Kuya Lord ang tawag ng restaurant
Pero
sa Los Angeles.
historically, those who have won the award, yung business nila.
Is he the first Filipino ba?
I don't know. Pero yung businesses are nag-improve tenfold. It's because you get that seal, you get that trophy, and then people, may guide yan yung James Beard Guide also. Yung hahanapin mo, sino ba yung nanalo nito? Let's kain nga tayo doon.
Ang maganda dyan, syempre, naka-highlight yung Pinoy food, di ba?
Sayang, di na
lumalawak yung alam ng ibang tao tungkol sa Pinoy food.
Pansit
Hindi lang
habhab,
pansit hab.
Pinag-usapan natin yan the other
Yesterday.
day.
The other day, nagpapansit
Wala, hindi na natin matitikman yung habhab niya. Mahal na yan.
Pero yun nga, as I was saying, mas nakikilala yung pagkain ng Pinoy, 'di ba? Outside
Yeah.
our country. Hindi lang nababox in sa adobo, sinigang, which is also naman masasarap.
But there are other dishes
But lumpia,
sana,
paborito ng...
sana ma-highlight. Lumpia naman, hindi naman yan in nature origin. It's not Pinoy, it's Vietnamese.
Oo nga.
Pero may crispy pata ha, may sisig.
Oo,
ang
yung
dami
mga
pa niya.
tapsilog.
Mga tapsi natin. Parang ano lang ha.
Ano?
Tapsi tsaka lumpia.
Pang brunch.
Pang brunch yan ha.
But congratulations and we are very proud of you.
Ito, from
Kuya
good,
Lord, si
move
Chef
on tayo from good to bad.
Okay.
Some bad news for Meralco customers. Sits at the 8th spot. Expect a higher electric bill because the electric concessionaire will implement a higher power rate for June. This month's rate went up from around 11 pesos per kilowatt hour to over 12 pesos per kilowatt hour. This means a household consuming 200 kilowatts per hour should expect a 129 pesos increase in their billing. Meralco said this is caused by the uptick of generational charge that resulted from the higher cost of wholesale electricity spot market or WESM. They added that the increased demand amid the thinning electricity supply last month played a factor in the rate hike.
All right, coming up. What was the cause of the fire in Kuwait that killed 3 Filipinos?
And what does PAGCOR have to say amid issues surrounding the Philippine offshore gaming operators or POGOs?
We are just getting started, mga kapatid. More of our top 10 news when Brunch returns. Keep it here on One News. Good morning. You're still watching Brunch here on One News. Happy Friday and advance Happy Father's Day sa lahat ng mga daddies out there. And of course, thank you so much sa Buddha's Belly para dito sa ating brunch for today. Hindi ka kakain?
Hindi. Ito may mga message ako galing sa mga ka-brunches natin. Ito galing kay Tony Munar. My hardworking Angela, heart.
Kasi tumatawid tayo Tumatawid
keep
tayo ng
your heart
studio.
to your own heart. May heart na yan na iba. From Sam Pokemon Go, good morning, Ma'am Angel, Sir Angelo. Pa-continue ng rap, Ma'am.
Nako.
Kung ano-anong pinagtuturo niyo sa kabila kay Angel, ha? Nako.
Alright, let's move forward.
Wait, Happy
Ano ba?
Father's Day daw. Galing kay Ralph Domingo. Happy Father's Day, Ralph, din sa'yo. Thank you.
Sige, yung mga comments, keep it coming. At saka, syempre, nandiyan pa rin yung pwede kayong maghula, di ba? O i-check nyo dito kung ano yung natin, yung top 1 natin na story for today. For the meantime, let's move forward to our topic for today. Going straight to our 7th spot, Senator Amy Marcos questions the government's decision to cut imported rice tariff rate to 15%. Senator Marcos says there were not enough consultations with NEDA and industry stakeholders. She also questions why the tariff rate cut is effective for nearly 5 years until 2028. NEDA earlier said that the lower tariff rate will reduce the prices of rice and slow down inflation. Group Bantay Bigas, however, warns of possible influx of imported rice in the market.
Kailanman hindi ito sagot para
So actually, yan yung issue nga na sinabi ng NEDA, I think 2 weeks ago, di ba, na ikakat yung tariff prices ng mga imported na bigas from 35% to 15%, which in fact, ay syempre kinagulat ng mostly ng mga magsasaka because sinasabi nga nila ay ang tawag dito, malulugi yung mga farmers natin dito.
Siguro let's take a listen muna kay
Yes.
Senator Amy Marcos on this issue.
kailanman hindi ito sagot para mapababa yung presyo ng bigas. Kailanman at kasabay niyan ay siyempre yung pagbulusok o mas matinding pagkalugi sa hanay ng ating mga magsasaka dahil kapag alam natin na bumababa ang tarif ay talagang todo-todo ang mag-i-import.
That was Cathy Estavillo. Oo.
Bantay
on that
bigas.
issue. Bantay bigas. You have to remember kasi yung importing, to stimulate imports is temporarily or short-term lang yan to stimulate other competitive prices na bumaba locally. Pero eventually, since humina ang pagbenta nila, yung production at saka yung income ng farmers, liliit. Kasi sila reliant on stimulus eh. 'Di ba? Kasi yung tariff na supposedly nakikitain sa tariff papunta sa kanila. What happens kung tinigil na natin yung imports?
Exactly.
Humina ang production, hindi sila makapag-supply sa atin. Pero ang other side of the story, alam mo ba yung kay Senator Amy?
Yes,
kini-question
diba?
niya yung mga ito, pero hindi ba kayo nag-uusap ng kapatid
Hindi talaga, because the last time na na-interview siya, sinabi niya, or sino ba nagsabi nun? Si First Lady na last time nakita sila December talaga. But she's been invited naman daw sa
Hindi,
sa mga lunches nila every Sunday. But yun nga, lagi naman di ba pag may issue laging kumukontra ito
Ang sinasabi lang nila, yung rift
Marcos.
must be true. Kasi people were doubting this before. Kasi if you remember panahon ni the late President Pinoy, whenever you'd interview Senator Bam Aquino at that time, he says, well, I spoke to him the other day. He explained to me this. Pero yung dialogue nito is, ang questioning on air or outrightly in public, yung moves na NEDA. Usually, kung kapatid mo naman yan, nakausap mo na yan eh. So you can also speak on his behalf most often than not.
Pero yun nga, until now kasi, ang sinasabi dyan, it's all parang press release, no? Yung pag-cut nitong tariff. But until now kasi wala pa siyang execution or implementation dahil yung mga ibang traders daw ngayon is in limbo because sabi niya, ano ba, mag-aangkat na ba kami? Implemented na ba itong 15%? Because syempre sila, antayin nila yung 15%. Mas mababa yun eh. Diba? Kesa yung mag-angkat na sila ngayon na hindi sila sure, baka ibigay pa rin sa kanila ay 35%. But ang masakit dyan kasi until 2028 nga yung supposedly implementation nito. Which is sabi nga nila, kawawa talaga yung mga local farmers natin.
By cutting tariff, bababa yung presyo ng imported quality rice. Ang hope kasi ng government is yung local farmers natin will follow suit by dropping their prices. But when they drop their prices, liliit ang kita nila. So ang feeling ng government by subsidizing them from the tariff, baka makabawi pero hindi. May long-term impacts to na hindi pa nako-compute.
Kaya I think one of the parang mga organizations sa yung mga farmers, if I'm not mistaken, yung Free Farmers, ay gusto nila mag-file ng case to file a temporary restraining order kung naipasa na nga. Hindi naman naipasa, no, kung ma-implement na itong bawas sa tariff sa imported na mga bigas. Alright, let's move forward to our next topic for today.
Ongoing saga ito, Sizzling at the sixth spot is expelled Congressman Arnie Teves. He remains in Timor-Leste after the country's Court of Appeal ordered a house arrest against him. This means that Teves will stay in his rented house, heavily guarded by security personnel. His attorney, Ferdinand Topacio, said the Timor-Leste court granted the request for house arrest after Teves was not deemed as a flight risk. This will also ensure his attendance in court hearings. The Justice Department will further monitor Teves in Timor-Leste to ensure that his procedures are valid and appropriate. The government wants Teves back in the Philippines to face his charges for being the alleged mastermind of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo slay case. Tuloy-tuloy ang
House arrest.
So he was released and ordered re-arrested
diba?
pero house arrest naman.
House arrest siya. Kasi yung unang release nga sabi na, ay wala na siya, okay na. Then nagpakita sila ng picture na kaakbay itong si kanyang attorney, si Attorney Topacio.
But the house arrest is also precautionary measure lang pala just to ensure na yung court proceedings that will happen na mag-attend siya. Kasi hindi naman flight risk eh.
Yung release sa kanya is due to because of ano tawag dito, habeas corpus.
Yes, habeas corpus.
Pero of course, yung asawa ni Degamo, I forgot
Janice.
her name, Janice Degamo.
Si Mayor.
Siyempre, umaasa pa rin siya na talagang mapapabalik dito si Teves.
To face the charges.
To face the charges and all the allegations against him.
Daming hindi humaharap sa mga charges na. May kibuloy ka, tapos may ganito.
Si Kibuloy ba nasa top natin?
Ayan ang hindi ko alam. Umarap
Kasama
ka
ba
na.
siya sa countdown natin?
Para tong si Finding Waldo Finding Kibuloy.
Oo. Nako. Even nga yung lawyer niya, di ba? Nung napunta na tayo kay Kibuloy, yung lawyer niya hindi niya alam
Oo,
kung
sabi ng
nasaan.
lawyer, nalabag daw ang karapatan ni Kibuloy, overkill daw ang ng pulis. Tapos tinanong siya, asan ang kliyente mo? Hindi ko alam.
Nako,
Kung hindi ka
teka muna, bago
hindi,
uminit
teka
ang
lang,
ulo ni Diego
kung nanonood siya, kung hindi ka ba naman nasisiraan ng bait,
Panawagan ka?
Panawagan ko, wag na finding Kibuloy. Diba? Harap mo si Kibuloy.
But yung kanyang mga supporters ay magpa-file ng case no against the PNP because
O di file din ng case yung supporters niya. Nag-winatter canon yung police
they will. Di ba sabi naman ng
Ganun na
PNP?
lang.
Bakit ba tayo napunta kay Kibuloy? Si Tevez pinag-uusapan natin.
Minit lang ulo ko sa mga
Friday na
taong-
Friday.
mga
Kumain ka muna.
Nakakainit lang na ulo mga taong hindi humaharap sa sa batas.
Butchika muna, mag-butchi ka muna.
mga maliliit na tao na walang
Huwag mo ilayo yung butchie.
Nagsasalita pa ako. Mga maliliit na tao na walang capacity ipaglaban ng sarili,
Totoo.
humaharap sa batas. Pero itong dalawang taong malalaki,
Because mayaman,
around.
lahat ng kayang gawin na palusot
Ay.
ay pwedeng gawin.
please naman, no? Parang awa na.
Oo. Let's continue with our countdown. Coming in at our top 5, at least 3 Filipinos died while 2 others are in critical condition after a fire broke out in building in Kuwait on Thursday. Marian Enriquez with the details.
Dark and thick smoke emanated from this burning building in Mangaf City, Kuwait, early Wednesday morning. Occupants of the building are migrant workers, most of whom are Indian nationals. 11 of the building's residents are Filipinos. A netizen said they witnessed how huge flames engulfed the lower floors of the building. According to the Interior Ministry of Kuwait, 49 people perished in the blaze. 3 of the dead are Filipinos, according to the Migrant Workers Department. 2 suffered injuries and are currently in critical condition. The rest are confirmed to be safe. The DMW says these OFWs work in a construction company.
Currently reaching out to the family. Ang ating labor attaché at OWA and the embassy are now at the forensic, with the forensic authorities.
The DMW is now working on repatriating the remains of the Filipino victims. Many perished in the fire because it happened while the workers were asleep. Some survivors said it started on the lower floors of the building. The workers on the higher floors were not able to escape immediately. Some even jumped out of the building just to escape the thick smoke. The Deputy Prime Minister of Kuwait accused the building owner for allegedly overcrowding the building with migrant workers just to earn more. Authorities said they will coordinate with other real estate owners in the area to avoid such incidents. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. The Department of Migrant Workers continues to monitor the situation of the affected OFWs. For News 5, Marian Enriquez, we are One News.
Of course, nalulungkot natin dito yung nangyari, no? Dahil may mga kasama
Ilan
ng
sila?
mga
3?
Filipinos, oo. Pero
Tatlo?
more than, mga 11 ata yung affected. Pero 3 yung namatay and then there are 2 critical.
So building ito ng mga overseas
Skilled workers.
Skilled workers.
Oo. Actually, mas maraming namatay mga Indians.
Overcrowded
din, eh.
daw. Pero ano yung cause ng fire?
Right now, inaalam pa rin daw nila yung cause ng fire. Pero doon daw kasi sa building, at least 20 gas tanks ang nandoon kaya siguro. And sabi nila itong mga critical na, casualties,
Ayan.
3, tama ako.
Naka-flash sa screen natin.
Oo, tapos
Ay, hindi
6
pa.
yung safe.
3 casualties, 2 in critical condition, 6 are safe. So all in all, 11.
11. So,
sila.
11 yung mga Filipino. Tama ako, 11 yung mga Filipino doon. And yun nga, yung nasa critical na condition, yung mga nasa ICU, wala sila actually mga sunog or whatsoever.
Smoke inhalation.
Smoke inhalation talaga yung naging problema.
Let's just hope yung casualties hindi mag-jump sa 5 na mag-recover itong dalawang critical.
Oo. So, yung Department of Migrant Workers naman are in contact or in coordination with the families, kung magpaparepatriate ba sila, and yung others na, yung dalawang critical, baka kasi yung family nito gustong pumunta doon at para dalawin eh. So, they're also open to that. They're also coordinating doon sa mga possibilities na makapunta yung kamag-anak nitong dalawa na nasa critical condition. But of course, sabi nga naman ni Secretary Kakdak, everything's in coordination when it comes to yung mga tulong, etc. And nakikipag-usap din yung employers nitong mga biktima ng sunog.
Pero all in all, no, 49 pala ang casualties.
49, I said kanina
Oo
sa
nga.
mga...
Hindi, pero na ano ko, so out of the 49, tatlo ang Pinoy, the rest iba-ibang nationality.
Yes.
Oo.
Alright, of course, pinapaabot natin yung ating pakikiramay dito sa pamilya ng mga naiwan nila.
Okay, we'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on One News. And since it's a Friday, it's another episode of...
Brunch break. Yon. The LGBTQIA+ community celebrates Pride Month this June.
And it has been a yearly tradition for the community to become together and celebrate love at the Pride Festival in Quezon City. Now, what should we expect in this year's edition of Pride Festival? Let's discuss this with one of the Pride PHS founder, Radem Musawa. Radem.
Hello.
Good morning.
Finally.
Thank you for having me on your studio, finally.
Okay, let's start this off, Radem. First of all, tell us again why June is Pride Month and why is it important for us to, celebrate this?
Well, I would like to start with, we celebrate Pride Month to really highlight, Pride Month started as a protest during the Stonewall riot, and here in the Philippines, we have series of efforts in marching for the rights of the gender marginalized group, which is the LGBT community. It started in 1992 with the lesbian community fighting for the lesbian rights. In 1994, we have the parade organized by Pro-Gay and Metropolitan Community Church. But the first Pride March where a lot of LGBTQIA+ organization came in to really rally and push for legislation is actually on 1996.
Okay.
So yun yung history natin dito here in the Philippines. For now, the SOGI Equality Bill is still pending in the Philippine Congress for 24 years now.
Tagal na pala, no?
Natagal na. And it's a very long overdue and we're still fighting for it. So, why June? Actually, you can celebrate Pride March any month in the year. But of course, naging June siya is because a lot of Pride marches all over the world are
June
always in
sineselebrate.
June.
So, kumbaga yung June is just parang yung pinaka-festival niya. Yung
Pinaka-festival,
highlight,
symbolic
Coinciding
lang,
with
parang,
other countries.
unity coinciding with other countries.
Okay.
However, we have a lot of LGBT organizations all over the Philippines where they celebrate their Pride parade and Pride event on November, December, August, and some of them, I think, in April. So it really depends. But of course, you celebrate love every day.
Of course. I agree with that.
Hindi pwede June lang. So yes.
I agree with that.
True.
Pero yun nga, syempre, let's talk about yung Pride celebration here sa Philippines.
Yes.
No? Isa ka nga sa founder ng itong mga nagaganap na ito na event, Pride PH. So, ano bang pinagkaiba nito compared dun sa last year na celebration? And every year ba, iba-iba yung theme? Tell us more about it.
Yes, from last year's celebration where we are so grateful about because it was a landmark celebration. We were able to gather and to have attendees, like 110,000 attendees from last year. And we hope to top it up this year to have more attendees to come together. And luckily, with the supportive mayor of Quezon City, Mayor Joy Belmonte, we were able to put one location in Quezon City for the Pride event. So one in Quezon Memorial Circle and one is in Matalino, Kalayaan. In Matalino, Kalayaan, we will be having there the food and art market as well as other programming
So
there.
it's the whole street, parang festival
It's the
siya.
whole street.
Okay.
Then, coincidentally, in Quezon City Memorial Circle, the Pride Expo will be there. And also the Pride Night, which is a lot of people are very excited about because we have a long list of celebrities and artists who will be performing for the Pride Night. And one of them is Glock 9, Alex Diaz, Vice Ganda, Ben and Ben, and we have Beanie, which a lot of people are so excited to really watch. Big fan sila doon.
Oo, of
Feeling ko
course.
tanda-tanda ko na, but their songs are really amazing.
Oo. Pero speaking of personalities, nabanggit mo na yung mga iba't ibang personalities that will, celebrate with you guys in this event. Kasi may issue, 'di ba? And we want to address this about Kalad Karen. Ano ba nangyari?
In regards with this issue, we are now coordinating directly with Kalad Karen and her team. With Pride PH, we value the time and effort of our guest performers, artists, and celebrities who are in solidarity with us in fighting for equality here in the Philippines. However, there are certain miscommunications on the programming and the changes in time because of the safety protocol that needs to be in place. And unfortunately, that led to some of the artists and celebrities who were scheduled on certain time slot to be moved to a different time slot. But of course, because of their busy schedule,
Hindi tumugma.
they want to be in the event.
Hindi talaga kaya.
And their schedule, the new changes in the schedule, in a way, unfortunately, sort of like prevented them to to be part of it. But we were already communicating with them, and hopefully, we will be able
ma-iron
to
out
resolve
ito.
this issue, and Kalad Karen will still be with us on the day itself.
Of course. Siyempre, yan ang mga inaantay din ng ibang mga fans niya.
I know.
Tsaka
Of
may
course.
nagtatanong, of course, aside from yung mga celebrities natin na expected doon, no? Do you have any political figures that might grace the event that may show maybe kung anong kind of traction we are looking forward to sa atin Soji Bill?
Oo.
Yes, definitely. One thing I could mention lang na very sure ako na wala pa, hindi part of the NDA. But of course, our equality champ,
Ayusin.
of course, our equality champ, Congresswoman Bataan Representative
Of course.
Geraldine Reman,
Geraldine
she will be
Reman.
there. And of course, in the Senate, Senator
Rizal
Rizal
Rivera.
these two icons has been our strongest ally and the one really moving in the Philippine Congress for the Sojo Equality Bill. For now, as far as I know, the Sojo Equality Bill or Anti-Discrimination Bill in the House of Representatives already passed the third reading. But of course, the Senate, dun yung challenging natin na hindi gumagalaw. So hopefully, with this Pride event, would pave way for our politicians, public servants
To take a look again.
to take a look again and see we are here, we are queer, and we need protection for to address these issues that a lot of LGBT community are facing. Here in Metro Manila, if I'm just going to compare, a lot of people here are living in a there's certain privileges with the community here. That's why we were able to do a lot of big events for the LGBT community.
Yeah.
However, there are a lot of our brothers and sisters, especially in Mindanao and Visayas, especially in Bangsamoro region, who are not protected. However, I mentioned it a while ago na Pride is a protest, and it's still a protest, but we also use, hindi siya bad, but we use the Pride event also to celebrate our small achievements.
Of course.
Like for example, there are already 82 anti-discrimination ordinances on both provincial, municipal, city, and barangay level that are being enforced now in the in the Philippines, which protect 37.21% of Filipinos nationwide. But of course, we need more.
Yeah.
Then, just last year, we were able to achieve the first anti-discrimination ordinance that has LGBT protection clause in it.
Yeah.
In a municipality in Panglimasugala municipality, which is under the Bangsamoro Autonomous Region of Masin Mindanao. So it's the first one, and we have a lot of LGBT activists now moving on and leading the movement for climate change, rights for
course.
women, children, indigenous people. You see, when you empower certain community, this community would move forward to protect other vulnerable, marginalized community as well. So that's one of the importance of really pushing for equality for all.
Yeah.
Sige, okay. So, may nagtatanong din kung welcome din ba yung ibang mga hindi members ng community doon sa inyong event?
Yeah, of course. Actually,
Siyempre gusto makikain ng mga ibang tao. Makiparty na rin.
there will be a lot of selections of food doon na magtitinda as well, and especially we also support LGBT-owned businesses that they will be there as well. We have a lot of set of allied organizations, personalities, agencies who will be with us and joining
So
us
Radem, yung sa
in fight for human
yung
rights.
sa Matalino, doon yung mga kainan, yung mga food.
And also merchandise, merchants.
But do we have this merchandise and food places also sa Circle?
Actually, meron din.
Meron din.
But of course, naka-center yung food and art sa Matalino Maginhawa.
Okay.
For us also to pay way to attend and also host and accommodate a lot of attendees for the Pride event. Kasi due to safety measures, we're expecting kasi more attendees this year. Hopefully, we will be able
How many
to beat
did you have last year?
110,000.
So anong
And
goal
then
natin
ngayon
ngayon?
ang goal,
Oh,
more than that, of course.
we want more than that. Of course, the more
So
the
half a
merrier.
million.
Hopefully, why
Hopefully,
not?
diba?
They reach for the star.
Actually, in
malay mo.
Thailand, they just had their Pride event. They were able to gather 205,000 attendees.
O dapat lampasan natin yun.
Last year, we were the biggest Pride attendees in Southeast Asia, 410.
Oh, diba?
So now Thailand sort of like already Dinoble. So hopefully us will be able, I mean, it's a healthy competition.
Yes,
and
yes.
the goal is really to push forward the agenda for equality here in the Philippines.
I'd like to touch on that. No, do you expect some delegates from other countries to come in to join the Pride event?
Yes, actually, we have a lot of diplomatic agencies and even UN agencies who will be joining us this coming June 22, and they will be giving speeches as well. These are also the embassies that has been supporting the movement, the marginalized community on the ground, not just in Luzon but also Visayas and Mindanao. For example, with the German embassy, we were able to do human rights caravan all over Mindanao from last year, and which that effort led to a lot of LGBT organizations being created at the same time to push for that ADO in Bangsamoro.
Kasi alam mo naman ang ating mga kaibigan sa LGBTQ community, very busy sila sa pagpupromote ng iba't ibang mga social issues, right?
Yes.
Si Radem, napaka-busy.
Yes, of course. Siyempre, bago ka pa, di ba, kung ano pang pag-usapan natin dito, maraming nagtatanong pa paano ba sila makapunta dyan, kailan ito,
May mga
anong
tickets ba?
oras, how are they going to participate in that event?
Alam mo, yung fight natin sa pagmamahal and inclusivity, libre yun parate. And of course, this Pride event is free for everyone. May it be you're a member of the LGBTQI+ community or you're an allied supporter of the movement. You're free to come. The Pride Expo will start at 12 noon.
12 noon.
And there will be a lot of programming all throughout at Quezon City Memorial Circle. Also, at the same time, the food and art market as well at Matalino Kalayaan would also start by 12. The Pride Parade would start at 3 p.m. And after that, then we will start the Pride Night program where all the performers and concerts and other activities will
Onwards na
be
yan.
merging at QC Memorial Circle.
What site can they look into para sa iba pang detalye?
For more information, you can visit the Pride PH Facebook page and also Instagram page and also Twitter. We always post there all the needed information for everyone to be able to know for the upcoming event this June 22. And please join us in fight for equality here in the Philippines because no one is free until everyone is free.
Madami daw nagtatanong. Hindi, teka lang, may dami nagtatanong. Pwede ba daw i-message si Radem sa kanyang Instagram account?
Ayun.
Yes. Medyo makalat ako on Instagram, but yes, my Instagram is open to the public.
Yun. Yan yung name niya, Radem Musawa.
Yes, it's Radem Musawa, so everyone can touch base me on that. And you could also, if you want also to update on what's happening in the movement in Mindanao as well, I always constantly post there on programs, not just for the LGBT community, because most of my programs naman hindi lang focus on the LGBT, but also on
human rights.
indigenous community.
Before we go, kasi Radem is also a director of documentaries that
Yes.
have won numerous awards time and again. We viewed some of your documentaries before, di ba?
Yes.
Oo, yun. So si Direct Radem
I'm also a
yan.
documentary filmmaker, and now I'm also in the process of making my next documentary, which is focused on environment.
Yun.
Environment pa rin last year.
Oo.
about the sea, this time it involves the trees.
Of course.
So,
Abangan natin yan.
Napaka-busy.
I
Napaka-busy.
know.
But
Kaya walang love life. Joke lang.
But thank you so much for gracing us here on our show, and thank you din sa pagpupromote mo
Yeah.
lagi ng Love Knows No Boundaries and Love Knows No Gender. Thank you so much and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me here, and hopefully everyone can come and join us at the Love Laban to Everyone Pride Festival on June 22.
Thank you so much and happy Pride. Yeah.
Happy Pride!
Ito po ang ating Pride PH co-founder, Radem Musawa. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
Gising.
Nag-space-
Kakain muna kami nila
nag-space
din
out.
dito.
Don't go away because we're not done yet. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Brunch here on One News. Sabi ni Sam Pokemon Go, Happy Father's Day nga pala daw. Sa
Yes.
lahat ng mga mabutihing ama.
Happy Father's Day.
Oo. And thank you pala sa Buddha's Belly again for all this
course.
wonderful food. Siyempre, every Friday, ganun na nangyayari sa
Pag
atin.
Friday, it's Buddha's
Belly.
Buddha's Belly Day.
Buddha's Belly Day. Anyway, madami pa tayong pag-usapan, so let's move forward. Coming in at top 4, President Bongbong Marcos has signed a measure seeking to create the Negros Island Region or NIR. Now, under the law, the new region will be composed of Negros Occidental, Bacolod City, Negros Oriental, and Siquijor. Marcos says the formation of the Negros region will improve access to government services and address uneven growth.
This union is long overdue and makes very practical sense, especially in the Negros Island, where people are located on one island but are governed under separate administrative regions.
The President thanked lawmakers for the creation of the new region, which he says will be a center of development in the Visayas.
We envision as well the NIR as one of the centers of development in the Visayas, further accelerating socio-economic development for the millions of Negrenses and providing strategic convergence regarding resources, investments, and economic planning.
Actually, this is long overdue.
Long overdue, sabi nga ni Pangulong.
Panahon to ni Pangulong Pinoy,
Yes,
di ba?
the late President
Noynoy
Aquino parang established this NIR 2015,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken. Then on 2017, at the time of President Rodrigo Duterte,
Nagka-issue yung
budget. Sabi niya kailangan daw ng malawakang budget for this, so they stopped it.
Because you have to reprint certain things daw sa capital.
Yes.
Plus infrastructure that needs to link both islands also.
Yes.
Medyo mahal. Umabot daw ng something like what, 90 million ba? For a
So,
bridge or something, di ba?
Oo. So, pero ngayon, natuloy na, di ba,
Yeah.
dito sa Marcos administration, which in fact, it's a welcoming development for the, ang tawag sa kanila, Negrenses.
Yes.
Kasi di ba, for the longest time, it's really hard for them to go to yung capital city, di ba? Kapag magkaroon ng mga transaksyon, and of course, yung issue ng red tape bureaucracy, etc.
Saka instead of having two separate Negros economic hubs, pinagsama mo yung
Pinagsama
dalawang
mo na.
hub. And so you have one center of government, technically should have less cost because instead of separate lawmakers, we want to see lang how these two, pag nag-merge sila, paano i-divide yung mga barangays or yung mga cities into districts, 'di ba? Kasi mag-iiba ang mag-iiba yung formation geographically. So pagdating sa election, paano yung
Right.
mag-iiba ba ang the way they are, how do you call
For
this?
sure.
The way they are formed, 'di ba?
For sure yan. So right now, we have 18 regions.
We have
diba?
18 regions. So now this is the NIR, Negros Island. Tama ba? Negros
Negros
Island region.
All right, let's move forward. Moving over to our top 3, Senate President Chis Escudero and House Speaker Martin Romualdez met in Malacanang on Thursday. The two Congress leaders discussed the administration's legislative priorities. Romualdez says they talked about the proposed amendments to the rice tarification law and other priority bills. According to Escudero, they also vowed to fast-track approval of bills through coordination of the two chambers. This is the first formal meeting after the leadership shake-up in the Senate.
Nako,
Trabaho na sila, trabaho.
ano ang ipa-fast track nyo pa? Diba?
Ano pa? Kasi we
Charter
all know
change ba?
naman,
Pasok
charter
dyan?
change ay malaking, kumbaga, issue between the upper and the lower house during the administration.
Ito na
Senate President Mig Zubiri.
Ito sinasabi ng mga political pundits. If under the leadership of SP Escudero, makikita mo yung charter change umusbong. In other words, baka nga may concession to put him
The
into power
powers
to
that
pass.
be.
Hindi ako nagsabi nun to the powers that be to fast track this measure.
We all know naman, ito sinabi
But
rin
you
naman
should
ni
know
Senator.
historically yung stance ni...
Yes, that's what I'm gonna say.
Iba na ang function niya as Senate President.
Oo.
He caters to the whims of all 24 senators.
Exactly. Kaya di ba sinabi sa kanya, nung kakaupo lang niya ang Senate President, you know naman my stand on this, di ba? Ayoko ng chacha in the first place, but of course, this is going to be a majority decision.
But when have you known a politician that sticks to his stance?
I don't know.
Diba? Historically sa Pilipinas, politicians don't stick to what they believe in. Nag-iba yan based on how they could, for example, yung parang...
Based on the political
to meet
climate.
to meet in the middle, 'di ba? I pass your bill, you pass my bill. I scratch your back, you scratch my back.
Exactly. Kaya ngayon, 'di ba, sabi ng Congress, ang bola ngayon ay nasa Senate na when it comes to the topic or issue of divorce bill.
Yeah.
Wala na kami diyan. Ngayon nga lang parang meron na naman alitan ng Congress at saka ang
About the divorce
Senate.
bill.
Hindi lang sa
Also,
divorce bill,
several
but
bills.
also itong new Senate building.
Oo.
Because itong the so-called young guns, composed of the younger generation of congressmen, ay sinasabi, they support itong usisa ng Senate sa liderato ni SP Escudero doon sa medyo lumulobong gastusin ng pagpapatayo nga ng Senate building. Sa panig naman ni Senator Coco Pimentel, sabi niya, bakit niyo kami pinakikialaman? Ba't di niyo rin tignan, kung usapin naman ng transparency, ba't di niyo rin tignan yung bakuran ninyo? Dahil meron din spike ng budget sa Congress. Yun yung mga sinasabi niya, mga insertions, etc. So, hindi pa nga natatapos yung, kumbaga, yung hidwaan ng dalawa. Meron na naman bago silang mga hindi pagkakaunawaan dito. Nag-aaway ang dalawang, ito, ang upper and lower chamber. Yan, isa sa mga issues.
Dapat no more chamber. Alright, let's
Yan ang
move on.
hindi pa pwede.
Hindi pwede, let's
Pero
move on.
syempre, itong meeting ng dalawang leaders natin sa upper and lower, because, of course, di ba,
meron pa.
yung LEDAC, and of course, yung nalalapit na ang SONA, di ba, ng Pangulo. Kailangan na mag-report ng Pangulo ng kanyang mga signed laws and etc. yung mga plans pa dito sa ating bansa. Alright?
Pwede na?
Pwede na.
Okay, let's move on. Sipping at the second spot is Senate President Chis Escudero. The senator broke his silence about his viral incident with First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos. He said he did not mind the First Lady taking his glass of wine. Now we can see in this video that the First Lady grabbed Escudero's glass of wine and then sipped from it. She returned the glass to Escudero, then proceeded to greet the diplomatic corps at the Van de Honor or Wine of Honor in the palace. Biro tuloy ng ilan, tila naging waiter ang Senate President. In a text message, Escudero said that he was being a gentleman at that time. Some might call this traditional or under. But Escudero insisted that he was courteous and respectful to the First Lady. Tignan natin under, hindi under. Kasi she's
Wala, he's being gentleman
No,
for me.
he's being
Parang
gentleman.
natawa pa siya, parang na-confuse pa siya eh.
Speaking na, I mean, behaving in a certain tradition doesn't mean naman na under ka. Kung hindi ka akma sa this generation's tradition na iba na eh.
What else can he do?
Diba?
Ako, diba? What else can he do
Tsaka,
at
look,
that point?
kung
Magalit siya kay First Lady, ininom yung wine niya.
Kung magkakaibigan naman silang lahat, tapos kinuha ng tropa mo, inumin, kunyari aligaga sa isang party, painom nga, di ba? Nagpainom sa First Lady. Okay lang.
There are, sabi nga nila, pwedeng mga senaryo na maaaring nauhaw talaga itong si First Lady, kinuha niya, o hindi niya napansin na si Senator Chis Escudero pala, yung Senate President pala yung may hawak, kasi right after nun, binigyan din siya ng, di ba, binalik niya. Tapos binigyan din siya nung parang waiter binigyan siya ng waiter ng another glass of wine.
Pero sa akin, ang dami naman masyadong taong gumagawa ng mga issue na hindi mo nakakatulong sa bayan
Kasi
natin.
sabi daw,
masyadong empowered ang mga tao. Pero
pag ako ba uminom sa'yo,
hindi,
okay
magkasama
lang.
naman tayo. Pero ang dami masyadong tao ngayon empowered dahil may social media account, may cellphone ka, i-video mo, gagawin mong issue. Pwede ba?
Okay
Gusto
na
nyo
yan.
tumulong sa bansa, look at something you can take a video of how you can help other people. Dami nagugutom sa kalye, pati pag inom ng wine sa
Hayaan nyo na. Hayaan nyo na. Umiinit na ulo ni Diego
Anong
dito.
next?
Pero kasi syempre yung iba sinasabi nila, First Lady siya, dapat umarte ng naaayon. At Senate President din naman yung kausap niya. Ay ako, no love lost. Wala naman akong sinasabi na
hindi, kung gusto ni First
mali or
Lady
tama.
umasta ng ganyan, that's her choice. Diba? May nag-dictate ba how one should behave? This is the way she wants. This is who she is
Baka nga feeling natin hindi niya nakita si Senator Chis Escudero doon.
Nakita niya, but I'm sure she was tired sa dami daw ng dignitaries na sinalubong nila. So pagpasok niya, di ba, syempre, akin na nga yan yung wine. Baka magkaibigan sila.
Pwede din.
Kasi Escudero family have been long friends of the Marcos family ever since before.
Sige, move forward na tayo sa agawan na.
Sa akin, di number 2
Ang tawag dyan, wine grabbing.
I would have dropped that to number 8 or
Number 8 pwede, no? Pero kasi
Not
number
number 2.
pumutok siya sa social
Pumutok,
media.
but it's not something na would affect my life. Even as Senator SP Escudero addressed that na Hindi naman issue sa kanya. Di wag nyo na gawin issue.
Kaya nga diba sinabi ko, what else can he do on that particular moment? Tama lang naman na, ano pa ba, diba? Magalit siya, etc. But eto na, sabi mo, hindi ka affected dito sa nangyari. Ito, for sure, affected tayo sa ating number 1. Our top story for today are the POGOs. Senator Win Gatchalian called out PAGCOR for supposedly failing to regulate POGOs in the country. In response, PAGCOR said it would be better if the agency will only focus on regulating casinos and gaming companies. Here's the report.
Senator Win Gatchalian backed up Defense Secretary Gibo Teodoro in calling POGOs a national security threat. This is after National Security Advisor Eduardo Año downplayed the threat of POGOs in the country amid the ongoing raid in Porac, Pampanga.
Ako naniniwala dahil si Secretary Gibo ay Defense Secretary natin, lahat ng intelligence establishment na sa kanya, meron siyang dahilan para sabihin to. Yes. At ito rin yung aming nakuha noong executive session.
The senator also called out PAGCOR again for seemingly failing to regulate POGO operations. He said the agency should take responsibility for the criminal activities happening in illegal POGO sites.
In PAGCOR, talagang nila ito, responsibilidad nila ito. Importante na nagre-regulate sila. Ang nangyari kasi ngayon, yung PAGCOR, dual personality, may operation at may regulation. Dahil dito sa conflict of interest, hindi sila nagre-regulate ng mabuti.
PAGCOR Chairman and CEO Alejandro Tenco begged to differ. In an interview with Storycon, Tenco said they already closed 300 POGOs since the start of his term in August 2022. He said there are only 46 legal POGOs now after monitoring and closing illegal POGOs.
After a few months, matapos pong pag-aralan namin yung sitwasyon, pinag-aralan namin itong mga licensees, ang lumalabas po ay marami sa kanila ay hindi na po involved sa gaming activity. They were involved in criminal activity. In September in 2023, minarapat ko pong i-declare na lang na on provisionary status ang lahat ng licenses at re-review po namin ang bawat isa sa kanila.
Despite the recent discovery of criminal activities in POGOs in Bamban, Tarlac, and Porac, Pampanga, Tenco insisted that banning POGO operations is not the solution. He reported that the government has earned over 5 billion pesos in 2023 because of POGO. Tenco claimed the mentioned numbers were higher compared to the past PAGCOR administration thanks to POGO. So how do we solve the issue on illegal POGO operations? Tenco said it will be better if PAGCOR will only focus on regulating casinos and gaming firms.
PAGCOR is wearing two hats at the moment. No? We are a regulator issuing licenses to casinos and gaming companies. And at the same time, we are operating casinos all over the Philippines. We want PAGCOR to be purely a regulatory company. And then we will build out licenses of the current casinos that we operate.
Okay, wala nang time pero masabi ko lang, banyo yung Pogo. May reason ba't binanan China at Cambodia yan.
Ilang linggo na natin pinag-uusapan to eh.
Ha? O yun.
At dahil Father's Day ngayon, Happy Father's Day! Hindi ka naiyak. Yung corny.
Nakaching ako.
Mag-thank you ka, di ka ba na-surprise?
Maraming salamat. Kanina ba galing to?
Sa amin.
Maraming salamat sa buong mabutihin staff. Yung mga ibang kasamahan ko dyan, sila Marvin, sila JR.
Bakit may pa-speech?
Hindi, maraming salamat lang.
Oh, go.
Anyway, dahil dyan, meron ako nga quote para sa mga taong binabaliwala ang mga tatay na hindi daw importante. A father's love still travels on after he's gone. A treasure hidden in the hearts of his children. A quote from John Mark Green. Happy Father's Day po sa mga mabubutihing ama.
And of course, thank you, Buddha's Belly, for our brunch today.
Ay, close mo na yan.
And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch. Join us again on Monday. I'm Angela Lagunzad-Castro, and you are...
Tapusin mo na.
Tapos na. Angelo Castro III. We are one news, all sides, all the time.